Good morning, Stampers. This is Jenny Day, back for a weekly video tutorial, and this week I've chosen to talk about tags. Now, you wouldn't think of tags as being something that could be very versatile, but they actually are, and I just got done with a tag swap, and I wanted to share with you a few things. Some samples, and some examples, and also storage ideas, and then some ideas that you can take your tags and put them on other projects, and it just goes a long ways. So I'm going to show you a couple of my tag ideas, and we'll get started with this really pretty tag here that we used the labels die, and we used our Big Shot. So partly I'll show you, and then partly I'll have some of it done. But this is really pretty. It's kind of vintage, and let's get started on this, and then I'll show you a really neat other one I have. So for this, you're going to need to cut one Blushing Bride color out of that same label die. Looks like this big die from here, and all you need is 2 cutting plates and the die to cut that out. And then I've already had this part done, but you take a piece of Whisper White and you run it through your label again and cut it in half. You're going to get a lot of labels out of it this way. Then you take your baked brown sugar and you sponge it over I use the Beautifully Baroque embossing folder. It makes it pop out, looks very pretty and elegant. So the next step, I've already got a piece of baked brown sugar in the oval that's cut out, and then I cut out an oval in the Whisper White, and I stamped it with this stamp that is from the Celebration You're Lovely. It's just really pretty and has a place for you to stamp a sentiment. And in that same set is Live Happy, so that's what I put on there, just to make a nice sentiment there. So what we'll do is we will just build this tag pretty quickly. I adhered those together so it's framed, and then never forget your dimensionals. They just add dimension, and we're just quickly gonna make one, not cut too many corners here. Quit sticking to me, that might be good. So then with the dimensionals, we're just gonna lay it on the card. You're already building. It's almost done as it is. Take a piece of just scrap ribbon. This is pink, and we are going to tuck it underneath and staple it. So that just gives it a nice look too. Then the stamps that I really like to showcase for this week is the Petite Petals, and it is in the Celebrations, well actually Occasions catalog. It says Celebrate the Everyday, and on page 33 is a bundle here that you can get the Petite Petals punch and the set, and it has 6 designs, and it comes with the cutest punch ever. And you can get the wood, which is item number 134821, for $24.50. You can get the punch and the set. So I'm showcasing that because we'll show you how to make the cutest flowers out of that. I'm using this little daisy. I'm using Blushing Bride, and just take a piece of scrap paper. It's just white there. And the punch, you never have to worry about turning this punch because it fits on all sides, I've noticed. So I'm just going to give it a quick punch. And then if you'd like, since you already have your little sponge handy, you can just sponge that and make it look kind of old. And here's a tip I really like. This is my foam pad, and I just use the other end of my piercer and you can poke it and make your flower stand right out. It's like it's coming at you. That's just a really nice little tip. So then you know how handy glue dots are. So I've already got one made here. So we glued them right onto there, and then looks like the only thing we're missing is maybe another pearl, but looks like it wants to fight me a little bit today. There, okay. And then we're going to use, in the same vein, that these flowers go really well with the garden set. It's really pretty, and this one looks a lot like the small one. It's a big daisy. So I just inked that up in soft suede, and I stamped it on a piece of crumb cake paper. There we go. You take, and that one has a coordinating punch too. It's just bigger. So we're just going to stamp that, punch that. And then I found that if I use my scissors and just make it pop out toward me, instead of using anything fancy, see how that bends up? Perfect. And we're just going to take one dimensional. And where's our, get to creating, I don't know where anything is. And we're just going to pop it on there. And we have one little flower, I've already stamped it. That one little flower, and it's on crumb cake too. And glue dots. There. And then, you know what? We only have one thing left. One more pearl. We are done with this really pretty tag. That is really pretty. Now, here's my idea of what you can do with these. So, this is just a embossed piece of cardstock, but you can use other things. See how you get an instant card when you put it right on there, and then put it on your card base, long ways or short ways, and you've got an instant card. So my idea was, wouldn't it be nice if we had a little box that we kept our little tags in, and we can put them in there, and when we need a quick card, the work's already done for us. And here's a few examples of ones I just made. This one's a sympathy tag. I really like the way that turned out. Just inking it up and making it look vintage. And using this stamp set is Gorgeous Grunge. You can do so much with that. So that was my idea on that. Here's another one. So Sorry You've Been Ill. Using the tree stamp, well, as a father saying, I just cut that off. And that will go easy on a card. In fact, any of these tags would go really well on this background. This one's a baby one. This one's an anniversary one. This one had a little bit more work to it, but I loved how that turned out with that special ruffle ribbon. And a few other ideas that I used these petite petals stamp set with was I made this card. That's very close to what the tag is, but it's just a card with a little bit more fancy ribbon there, the Victoria. And then here's another idea. It's just so versatile. This one's a thank you card used with some of the new products, and popped them up with dimensionals, and there we go with an instant card. So those are some pretty handy ideas. You'll always have a card you can reach for. Here's another one that I thought was really adorable. This one, you just use one of the tags. It's shaped like this, and it's a die, and we ran it through the Big Shot with a vine, and then it has a little fold line. The other, there's two right on the same die. One's a smaller one, one's a bigger one. So they really coordinate together, and this is what I saw an idea go together, that it's sort of a little surprise. It tucks under like this, you tie a bow on it, but when you open it, here was my idea, that the scallop punch fits right in the shape of this die. And it says you can never have too much happy. And I used the stamp set Thoughts and Prayers, this beautiful tree, and just a little bitty punch pack of the few rhinestones, and you've got a nice bookmark gift. Stick that in an envelope or use it as a tag. That is too much fun. So I hope you really enjoyed the tags ideas today. It was fun sharing them with you. And for more information, you can go to jennydaystamps.ca. StampinUp.net for more ideas and tips. So until I see you next week, happy stamping, everyone.